As Jumpin' John gets back in the ring, it's nearly main event time. What a huge match we've had announced Saturday the 20th of January at North Wrestling's I'm Tapped. We've got the Primate versus Liam Slater. Primate rules!
Yes, he does. Speaking of which, Rampage Brown will be making his debut. Nathan Cruz will be returning. Team WhiteWolf, A-Kid and Adam Chase, all the way from sunny Madrid, will be taking on Chief Deputy Dunne and the debuting Kip Sabian. Interesting to see. Roxxy will be wrestling Millie, McKenzie and Shax in a three-way. H.G. Drake will be wrestling Screwface, and Amir Jordan will be wrestling Robbie X.
A huge night of wrestling on Saturday, the 20th of January, for I'm Tapped at the Riverside in Newcastle.
Hopefully you're not.
This is the singles bout set for one fall. Introducing first.
But we've got the small matter of our fire main event of the evening.
The worst thing that happened to every would-be wrestling trainee in the UK is growing up and finding out that Dave Mastiff is real. He's not just a myth to scare young, upcoming talent. This is everyone's favourite bastard, Dave Mastiff.
I've had the pleasure of watching Dave Mastiff growing up from the Black Country, the steel back of the West Midlands. That's where Dave Mastiff wasn't born, he was forged. The Black Country flag is literally a chain. And none are stronger than Dave Mastiff from the Black Country. We welcome back Eddie Dennis to North Wrestling. We haven't seen him in a couple of months, but he turned up at our last show to face Nathan Cruz in the main event. And my goodness, did the North faithful fall in love with this former teacher on a mission to make his name as one of the best in professional wrestling.
That's right, Tom. Dave Mastiff, a name in the scene since 2002, which for some was the golden age, for some it was the bronze age, but still Dave Mastiff is clocking on, still got a reputation to maintain, a reputation that Eddie Dennis can't wait to knock down.
Eddie Dennis is so, in comparison to Dave Mastiff, so new to professional wrestling. What a win this would be over a veteran, a machine, a monster like Dave Mastiff at North Wrestling tonight.
Right, two very conflicting styles. Dave Mastiff, a hot rod and a tank engine, and Eddie Dennis, the weird shape and size that he is. He's more like an anti-tank machine on stilts. I have no idea what to expect here, ladies and gentlemen, but it's probably going to be hard hitting.
This is going to be an incredible match. Both guys with that strong vertical base. Dave Mastiff is built like the proverbial house of you-know-what. Eddie Dennis is tall, he's strong, he's flexible, he's certainly got the speed advantage, but as soon as Dave Mastiff gets rolling, like a tarmac machine in the Black Country on the M42, Eddie's gonna get swept under. And this is the feeling out point. This is where both guys try and figure out how they're going to approach this match. For Eddie, it's about knocking Dave down to his vertical base. For Dave, it's just about pummeling.
Right, and Eddie Dennis clearly not afraid of the challenge in front of him, as he did used to teach kids.
What's that got to do with it?
Kids are horrible. Anyway.
Dave Mastiff certainly could teach Eddie Dennis a lot in this particular match. Eddie Dennis is very, very new in comparison to Dave Mastiff to wrestling, and Dave probably has forgotten more about wrestling than Eddie Dennis knows. A collar and elbow tie-up. Already Eddie with the height advantage, but Dave Mastiff with the strength advantage, breaking the hold from Eddie Dennis and turning it around. And you know when Dave Mastiff has an arm lock on you, because your arm is screaming for relief in the form of being snapped apart.
Oh,
Dave
Mastiff, that one. Oh, enough.
Eddie rolls through and he's caught Dave Mastiff in his own.
There we go. End of that.
Eddie Dennis easily has the speed advantage against a guy like Dave Mastiff. Headlock applied. Easy headlock applied with the height advantage as well over Dave Mastiff.
Don't underestimate Dave Mastiff's meanness. We do have a long, long list here of Eddie Dennis's trademark moves and the fancy Welsh names for them. When we asked Dave Mastiff for his, he told us to politely piss off.
That sounds about right. He probably said, piss off.
I can't do the accent. But I mean, it is so mean and large. It is rumoured that his shadow once killed a dwarf.
I can believe that. Dave Mastiff representing the Black Country.
Yes.
An entire nation formed on industry and steel, and Banks is bitter.
And Eddie Dennis from Wales, the only country to never surrender against invaders. So both got reputations to maintain.
Incredible. And what I love is the fact that we have got the pride of the Black Country and the pride of Wales in a North wrestling ring.
Oh, absolutely. And again, another...
It's ebony and ivory, isn't it?
No, not that again. More acclaim for North Wrestling having someone with a I've said reputation so often, but again, it's Dave Mastiff.
It's Dave Mastiff, a former World of Sport champion. Dave Mastiff, who has held championships in pretty much every territory and every part of the country that he's worked in. He has become synonymous with British wrestling.
I think Eddie Dennis has definitely going to become one of those name wrestlers like Dave Mastiff.
This could be a real turning point for Eddie Dennis if he's able to knock off Dave Mastiff. But at the moment, Dave Mastiff is making an example out of Eddie Dennis, the teacher. You talk about earlier how Eddie Dennis used to teach kids. Dave Mastiff could teach Eddie Dennis a lot in this match. And by the end of it, if Eddie ends up looking at the lights for Dave Mastiff, there'll be plenty of lessons learned in the process. And Dave...
Quick release there.
If all that weight had come down on Eddie Dennis's elbow, that elbow pad wouldn't have done a whole lot to protect him.
I mean, Eddie Dennis, like that, his body shape is, how can I put this? Dave Mastiff isn't used to wrestling people size and shape. He's like a slinky in human form.
It is
Eddie
certainly
Mysterio.
a real. It's a visual. It's a visual treat, this match, among anything else. But I don't want to get too lost in the size and the height and the form, because we've got one of wrestling's greats taking on one of the guys who wants to become one of the greats. A guy like Eddie Dennis, who gave up a steady full-time job in teaching because he felt like he was a hypocrite, because he was telling kids every day to go out and find the job they love and live their dream, and he knew every day as he walked in to say those words that he wasn't doing that. And now he spends his life trying to fulfill the promise that he made to his kids, that he will go out and live his dream.
He's going put shot for shot with Dave Mastiff, so maybe he wishes he was back in the classroom teaching long algebra.
You certainly won't get any long algebra out of Dave Mastiff. What you will get is some long, heavy forearms and a massive knee to the chest of Eddie Dennis. Eddie cutting under and hitting with...
Oh my God.
Some Welsh luchador action from Eddie Dennis.
The most unlikely head scissors you'll ever see. Whatever works.
Beautiful European uppercuts from one corner to the other. Eddie Dennis whipping Dave Mastiff across the ring. The ring moved a couple of inches in the process.
Oh, that poor ring. Riverside's just been done up. We don't need more replacement.
What a drop kick by Dave Mastiff! That's like being hit by a bus. 2 count for Dave Mastiff.
Dave Mastiff, the small foreign car, only getting 2 with that drop kick. I said, Dave Mastiff did used to throw himself with reckless abandon. However, he is more realizing now that he can do a lot just by that slight shift of the weight, as we see here. A chin lock. Oh, that was the arm stuck behind his legs. There we go.
This is incredibly old school British wrestling.
Stump puller. Oh, not even that.
Oh, shades of giant haystacks with a stump puller by Dave Mastiff.
Stump puller of the modified ab crunch. Oh, let's get a bit of a workover. I'll cost you nothing. I'll put your face. Dave Mastiff off the ropes, which is not.
And Dave
wants to be in the receiving end of. Oh, up and over.
Straight out of the ring. Eddie Dennis. Eddie's gonna fly.
Oh, again. The world's largest luchador.
The pride of Wales just took Dave Mastiff out with a somersault plancha over the top rope. And Eddie pulling Dave Mastiff to his feet. And this fight is in the middle of the North Faithful.
I think I've just done Google Translate. That's a tope con hello in Welsh. Big chop there as we on the bar. I think this is a 10 count.
And Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis taking this fight into the North Faithful. A little bit further down. And Dave just chopped the steel, the steel. I want to check the reinforcement of the building.
That's a supporting beam. Don't do that.
Last time Dave Mastiff ran into a supporting beam, it wasn't so supportive. Eddie Dennis and Dave Mastiff, they're taking the fight out of the Riverside.
I think the ref's just been lenient here, and the bouncers are. Oh, good, an ambulance.
We've got an ambulance on standby. Just in the event this gets too out of hand, Eddie Dennis and Dave Mastiff taking this fight to the streets of Newcastle. And Eddie's in control, smashing Dave Mastiff off the guardrail.
Just a typical Saturday night out.
You swap the River Tyne for the River 7. This is a standard night out for Dave Mastiff in Dudley.
This isn't his first street brawl.
Absolutely not. This is 11:30 outside of Wetherspoons in Wolverhampton.
That's how he maintains his weight. Every time he wins a bar fight, he eats another pie.
And Dave and Eddie are heading towards the River Tyne. It's not a North main event if it doesn't end up in, around or near the River Tyne. And Dave Mastiff might be about to become a barge.
Oh my God. There's not enough water in the Tyne to keep these teeth.
Eddie's going over.
Thankfully he blocked it with his crotch. Eddie Dennis going the wrong side. Oh no. I mean, it looks photogenic, but I would hate for them to actually land in there.
We may have to alert the HMS Calliope over the way.
Very impressionable work. Oh, Dave Mastiff who's leaning against.
Because if one of these guys goes in the river, you're basically going to need any naval fleet in the area to get them out again. Massive chop by Dave Mastiff.
There's cars about, and Mastiff lean against one. You better hope the handbrake's on. Uppercuts there.
I don't think if Dave Mastiff ran at one of those cars with Eddie Dennis over his shoulder, handbrake wouldn't do much good. John Myers trying to get them back in the Riverside.
Get back in there, you!
It doesn't matter how many years of wrestling experience in the ring, studying the tapes and watching Mel Sanders matches, they will prepare you for a big old scrap outside near an ambulance in the River Tyne.
At what point, if you're at the Projo, do they say, here's how you counter Dave Mastiff trying to throw you in the River Tyne?
He did the beer mist, as made famous by the Great Muda. Not the ring, of course. There's a
Wetherspoons called the Great Mooser.
Exactly.
And Dave Mastiff.
Oh, I caught him coming in the ring.
Oh my God, Dave Mastiff trying to decapitate Eddie Dennis with the top rope.
Oh, that did not look nice.
The main event of North Wrestling's Fire, Fire, Fire nearly became a public execution.
Can introduce his friend Madame Guillotine, Eddie Dennis. Look, he wasn't the size he was. That wouldn't have even hit him. He's turning his tallness against him. Dave
Mastiff is a ring general for reasons just like that. using the height of Eddie Dennis as a weapon against him. Massive clothesline. Takes down Eddie Dennis. That's like Eddie Dennis running at a brick wall. That brick wall's not going anywhere. Dave Mastiff, he is completely in control. Spoke too soon. Here comes Eddie Dennis. Spoke way too, and Dave Mastiff immediately re-establishes dominance. Power slam and a huge sit-down hip attack.
It's a lot of hip to attack with.
That could easily realign some of the insides of one Eddie Dennis. The kidneys are tough. They're not Dave Mastiff sitting on you tough.
Exactly.
Massive forearm by Dave Mastiff to Eddie Dennis, and Dave is just having fun now. Dave's got Eddie reeling.
I don't think he has fun. I think he was never a fan of school. He's been reminded that Eddie Dennis is a teacher, and all these anxieties are coming out of him. Oh, now. Eddie Dennis firing back, though. With those lanky arms, all out Dave. Oh, missed the clothesline.
Both men go down, and Eddie Dennis is firing up the Pride of Wales. Huge European uppercut to Dave Mastiff.
No, it's European if he doesn't win.
Eddie's on his second win, there's no way. Eddie Dennis trying to lift Dave Mastiff.
Power now.
There's no way. There's no way.
That's a deadlift almost.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, the gunslinger, just not enough.
Eddie Dennis just hit Dave Mastiff with the gunslinger. He threw Dave Mastiff like a child. Eddie Dennis
a few times.
with this inhuman strength and will to succeed.
Oh, not the German. The delayed German.
And just like that, the game changes and Dave Mastiff back in
Might be
control.
it. Two. Very impressive delay there for Dave Mastiff. Again, to get that height on someone like Eddie Dennis, it's been tight. If he did a proper German suplex, his legs would have still been.
Dave Mastiff looks rattled. Dave Mastiff is contemplating the fact that Eddie Dennis just threw me like a child. That he wasn't expecting. He wasn't expecting Eddie Dennis to bring this sort of fight.
Dave Mastiff, as I said, has been going since 2002. He's a mega veteran of the British scene, through thick and thin.
Oh, these guys could break the ring.
There's no eagerness to... Oh, surely not. Sure not the 7 bridge. Got a powerbomb.
Oh,
it's gonna wreck
my
the ring.
God!
Oh!
The ring shook!
And
Eddie Dennis with unparalleled strength just dropped Dave Mastiff with the 7 bridge.
The hardest working man in the match so far is the ring.
Eddie Dennis, where is he getting this from? I didn't think Eddie Dennis, and I apologise, I had no faith that Eddie Dennis could get Dave Mastiff up for the gunslinger, let alone the 7 bridge. And Eddie is rolling. And
that didn't work. Trying to keep Mastiff in the corner where he couldn't do any moves.
Dave Mastiff with those powerful forearms immediately changes the game again.
Right, Dave Mastiff has no problem throwing his weight around. But Eddie Dennis would also like to throw his weight around.
Eddie Dennis has proved that he can throw Dave Mastiff's weight around.
Deep superplex.
Suplex, and the ring screamed as both men hit with incredible force.
I think that Dave Mastiff had to modify a suplex somewhat because with their size, Eddie Dennis probably would have landed outside or in the ring.
Yeah.
But
if this was WrestleMania 9, the second doink would be a pancake by now.
Beautiful. But for now, as I said, the danger of the superplex, it does take a lot out of both men.
Eddie with pain etched on his face. Not only has he been in a war with Dave Mastiff, but he's expended so much energy in picking up and throwing Dave Mastiff around. And Dave, with those thunderclaps.
Punching for momentum.
Like a thunderstorm in the Black Country. Raining, and Eddie Dennis retaliating. With huge forearms that have rocked Dave Mastiff. Dave and Eddie both on the move. A cross body by Dave Mastiff.
Oh no!
Huge senton.
Again.
A second senton.
Oh god!
Third time's the charm. Eddie Dennis' spleen in tatters. Eddie kicks out at 2.
The bits of Eddie that's still got a pulse just kicked out at 2. I think referees are checking if we still breathe properly.
You can hear Eddie Dennis wheezing. He started this match breathing, he's now wheezing. Internal injuries are without a doubt something that Eddie Dennis has got to be concerned about, as is referee John Myers. Dave Mastiff.
Oh, the cannonball.
That could have ended it all if he'd hit that cannonball. How is Eddie Dennis standing? How is Eddie Dennis up?
Oh, with the next stop driver. Dave saw it coming.
Full stop in the form of a forearm smash.
Oh, blocks the
Massive kick to the head.
Goes for it again. Does he have the strength? Oh my Gideon. Oh,
can he get it? Just getting him up and holding him up.
Oh. Was that enough? Oh my
Eddie
word.
Dennis has defeated Dave Mastiff.
He had to lift the unliftable. He had to slam the unslammable.
And in doing so, he has done the unthinkable. Eddie Dennis has defeated the legend of British wrestling, that is Dave Mastiff. Lifting him up not once, not twice, but 3 times to get the win. His body's in tatters. His insides are inside out. But Eddie Dennis is triumphant as we close out 2017 here at North Wrestling.
God. And that right near the end of the year, man, I couldn't take any more of that.
What a showing by Dave Mastiff, taking that Black Country pride home with him once again. But tonight is the night that belongs to Eddie Dennis. Ending 2017 with a momentum rush so big it can carry you to Abergavenny from here.
But much respect to Dave Mastiff, who gracing North Wrestling with his presence. I don't mean that sarcastically. He is the living legend.
He certainly is, and Eddie Dennis is well on his way to being the same thing. For my broadcast colleague Matthew Gregg, I've been Tom Campbell. Thank you for joining us at North Wrestling Fire, Fire, Fire. And we will see you on the 20th of January, Saturday night, for North Wrestling's I'm Tapped. We've got a Primate rules match. We've got Amir Jordan and Robbie X, HT Drake and Screwface, and loads more. And no doubt that man will ride the wave of momentum into 2018 here at North Wrestling. Congratulations, Eddie Dennis. Keep it in your diary, January 20th, I'm Tapped, Rampage Brown, The Primate, HT Drake and Screwface, Amir Jordan and Robbie X, and so much more. If 2017 has wet your whistle for North Wrestling, you wait till 2018.
future without the